Uh-oh, I'm early. Well, isn't that special? Hey, y'all. Gonna play some music and let people come in here while I tie up some loose ends and wait to see if I get a message about the title from anyone. The title says, "Let's talk about lawsuits," because we are going to talk about lawsuits. We're going to talk about a little bit of everything, probably. I don't know. Maybe nothing. Who knows? First of all, well, we'll just get into that in a minute. So, like I do, or like I used to do, I hadn't done this in a long time. I'm going to play some music, let a couple people get in here. If you have any questions, just put them and I'll answer them. I ain't putting up no bullshit at all tonight. None, like zero, like at all. Okay. So let's get that straight. I don't want to talk about useless people from other channels uh, just yet. Anyway, just yet. We'll hold that thought. At IHG Hotels hold that thought. Um, because if he talks about me, then of course Crystal's going to go live right whenever I do. Of course she does. So maybe they'll all go over there and flock. You know, which is what I'm hoping. Because I don't want any of that. I'm going to respond. Of course, I haven't made a response to um, Dumbass's videos on the 23rd and 24th that had my name all up in the fucking title. So we'll get to that too. This is what I feel like on this motherfucking platform, y'all. Swear to God. What you know about rolling down in the deep when your brain goes numb, you can cut a mental freeze when these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion, yeah. I feel like you're astronaut in the ocean. What you know about rolling down in the deep when your brain goes numb, you can cut a mental freeze when these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion, yeah. I feel like you're astronaut in the ocean. She say that I'm cool. Like, yeah, that's true. I believe in G-O-D. Don't believe in G-H-O-T. She keep playing me dumb. I'm playing all fun. Y'all really know my mental. Let me give you the picture like stencil. Falling out in a drought. No flow rain, but I'm falling down. See that famous all around. See my motives kind of lounge. Didn't know which way to turn. So it's cool, but I still feel burned. Energy up, I feel my surge. I'ma kill everything like this purge. Let's just get this straight for a second. I'm even if I don't get paid for progression, I'ma get it. Everything that I do is electric. I'ma keep it in the moving. Let's get moving. Yeah. Put this shit in a frame, but I know I don't blame everything that I say. Man, I see you G-play. Let me elevate this in a frame. Have you walking on a plane? La, 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 la. Hold hands together, God, let me pray. I've been going right around, go that relay. Pass the baton, action them all. Swimming in the pool, can't come on. When a piece of this, a piece of mine, my piece of sign. Can you please for the clean the lines? My friends inclined to break no fine. They say that I'm so fine. You could never match my pride. Please do not now waste my time. What you know about rolling? I got something for that ass. Hold on. Y'all thought I forgot, huh? Y'all thought you got me caught sleeping. Hold up, slow bit. Let me cover my ass here. Mm, well, there she is. Here we go.
Well, I actually patterned my look after what they called the town tramp in my hometown when I was a little girl. This woman that used to walk the streets had all this makeup and hair, high heel shoes, and I thought she was so beautiful. And everybody used to say, "Oh, she ain't nothing but trash." And I used to say, "Well, that's what I'm gonna be when I grow up, trash." And that's kind of how I look. But I like to think I'm a little more than that.
You're way more than that, Dolly. Okay. There's my copyright disclaimer. Everything I play or say is a fair use. There it is. And I do not own the rights to any music I play at all. Um,
So this will probably get taken down, which it's not that important to me. And once again, it's going to roll again because I messed this all the way up when I did it. That's okay. I'll just take it off. How about that? All right. So I just wanted to get that out of there before somebody said, "Oh, she didn't copyright her music." Well, guess what? I did. So, Cher had an interesting live tonight. Found some things out I didn't know um, about lawsuits and things and accusations, and that's what I wanted to talk about for a minute. This is kind of ridiculous. Like, I don't mean to keep saying like I do that whenever I'm freaking nervous. Sue me or don't, please don't. So that's what we're going to talk about: being sued over getting your feelings hurt on YouTube. All right, there's a difference to me in my little opinion. That's like, what's opinions like, everybody? Assholes. Okay, so in my little opinion, um, if you slander someone, drag their name through the mud, accuse them of being, I don't know, a registered sex offender if they were not, is that grounds to file lawsuits? Depends on how severe. But if you're just getting your feelings hurt on YouTube and you want people to stop talking about you, well, okay. I wanted people to stop talking about me a lot, so I just removed myself and fixed the issues I had. That's what I did. I definitely didn't go get a personalized tag with my name and my YouTube on it, um, and then took people to court and said that they were wanting to remain off the radar. Well, if that were the case, then why would you have a personalized tag with your YouTube channel? That's kind of weird. But that's just me. I don't know. um, like I said, I'm not taking any sides, but I think there's a couple of things that's weird. If y'all watch Tragedy Pips Exposed, y'all need to go do that. She made a really good video about somebody that was in the courtroom, what they saw as far as behavior goes, and I don't know how true that is. Like, but if it matches, but if okay, Ziggy, if you're taking Six up to court for harassment or whatever you're doing, I don't know. Why would the first thing you tell them is that your husband is Fred Hill and he's the number one um what did he say? Witness in the Summerwell's case? Why would that be what you would say in a civil lawsuit? That makes no sense at all. None. Mm-mm. Hey, 120 acres. How are you loved? This really makes no sense. Like, it's just, and I was, I know I have to watch what I say, but then there's that part of I really don't have the ability. I don't mean to hurt anybody's feelings. I just try to stay as neutral and say the way I feel about things. Do I think that on both sides of this that they could have both been a little more mature and not went so hard at each other, not spent the last year, I know the past year for sure, just back and forth, back and forth. I mean, Colin just, and like I said, both of them, it's bad, and then I want to talk about this, but you got, and I'm sorry, but I'm going to say it. I can't help it. And I ain't going to shut up either. You got boobs and pork chop over there going, what did he say about my daughter? Oh, that he didn't know my daughter's name, but he was gonna find it and contact her. Let me tell you something, you son of a bitch. Let me tell you this much, you fucking piece of shit. Munch, Boober, Robert, whoever the fuck you are. All right. I don't give a fuck what you do except mentioning my child. I don't call your children. I had every bit of information to get in touch with your family from Elisa if I wanted to, but I freaking deleted it because that's not who I am, and I would never sink that low as to go and involve somebody that don't want to be associated with any of this fuck shit and drag them into it. You go and you if you think it's a good idea for you or Tina De Niro over there or your wife or whatever she is, your pork chop, any of you, to contact my child, I will sit in prison till the day I die over mine. Do you hear the words coming out of my mouth? I ain't gonna sue you. I'm not gonna do anything at all. But I'm double dogged. That would be the stupidest shit you've ever done. Absolutely stupid. Hey, Mimi. So you better think like twice and then think again. And then if you even get the little bit of a thought about it in your head again, think about that. Did you say you're not scared to go to jail? Well, probably because you snitch and you get out. That's probably why you don't have any felonies because that's probably why you're buddy buddy with the police because you probably tell on everybody for something. I mean, that's all I can think of. Why y'all act so damn crazy about digging into people's backgrounds and fucking back porches and bedrooms and all this shit that don't make a fuck. Get a life, dude. Like nobody's. I don't give a fuck about your life at all. Do not con. Do not contact me or my child. Now, I do. One thing I do like harp on over here, I guess, is honesty and being truthful. Did I contact him whenever I got out of rehab? Yes. Did I contact Timmy? Yes, I sure did. Because I was, feeling there's a lot of more to it than people know. And that's nobody's business. I know Mama Bear tried to make it her business and everybody else, had their little hand in it. Now Rose trying to gnaw on it with them gums over there. Well, have it. I don't care. I just wanted to clear my conscience. But nobody sent me over there to break up you and Tammy. If I was being paid to do something, I would complete that task. Okay? What does Ernie say? At all costs? That. So, if that were the case, you got to think about that. I would complete it. I do not. You don't say you're going to do something. I mean, come on. To say, why would I be that? Why would I put myself in that position to let them people think that they could, first of all, tell me that to go to somebody's that I don't know and insert myself in y'all's life? Now, this is how ridiculous you sound and how absolutely, I'm sorry, y'all don't let this get y'all mad, but retarded. Um, come on, man. This is what he got thinks in his head over there and spews out of his mouth, and she signs off on it, little co-signer cheerleading over there. He said that Mama Bear and all these people got me to go and insert myself in his life and break him and Tammy up to try to. Okay. Well, first of all, I don't have enough time in my day to play little games like that. I mean, I can understand if we were in high school or something, but no, we're not. But nice try. That was just like, how old are you? Much really, like, how old are y'all? I know I'm 43, and at 43 years old, I can't fathom in my head me allowing another grown woman to tell me to go to somebody else's relationship that I don't even fucking know and try to break it up for fun. I don't know about y'all, but when people ask me my hobbies, that's not one of them. Good night. Um, so I want to just put that out there. Mm, wasn't some organized shit you got going on over there. Goodness gracious. Okay. So there's that part. What else did I hear? Oh, let's get on the content that you think you have, or the messages, or whatever you think you may have. Well, I say whatever you have, I suggest you keep it, because I've had every opportunity and every freaking reason to counteract everything that you put out there. And, you know, I can play volleyball with you all day. I know nobody wants him. I don't even think Tammy wants him 120 acres, but hell, I don't know. Stranger, I think Roe might want him. That would be, y'all. Could you imagine that pillow talk? Good God, that would probably be the nastiest talking freak fest. Oh my Jesus Christ! You can't make this shit out. You know, they ain't. Hey, Paula, they ain't gonna come out the bushes. I'm sure. I'm glad I'm not on camera. They'd be over there. Never mind. We know what they would be doing. Considering Tammy helped write a X-rated novel, almost. Yikes! Yikes! Um, Jesus, what the fuck was I thinking? Because I look back on and I'm like, he is. Oh my lord! Like, come on, man. Now back to the lawsuits. Okay, well, this kind of ties into it because y'all, if I was Cattle King and he proves that this ain't true, and I don't know. Hey, Freeside. Okay, let me say this. I don't know what's what. I know that the Jessica Lunsford Act. I don't understand if you were calling now. This I'm going to say this, and I don't care who gets mad at me, y'all, because I just want to make sense. Because I first of all, I'm not a dumb ass at all. Much wants to question me about knowing laws and all this, bitch. Can you spell legislature? Can you do anything but fucking get red faced and holler? No, you can't. Seriously. We've all saw that. So there's that. Um, but in divorce papers, let me check this real quick to make sure. And I'm asking an attorney, not Google. And this is going to be in this for the state of Alabama, so I'm not sure. If anybody knows where he was divorced, I can possibly find something out. But I know state of Alabama, I can find this out. Hmm. Well, um, which I don't think that doesn't make any sense to me. Um, It says that there's no um basically, let's just put it to you this way. On a divorce decree in the state of Alabama, if that it would the closest thing would be a JLA, or JLC, which most commonly stands for joint legal custody. Um, but at the same time, it could be a law firm, but it would usually have LLC beside it on that part. So no, so let me see this. Um, it just makes no sense. None of it. None of it does. Okay. No. So it's in Paston, Florida. Or Paston. And Crystal. Crystal, I gotta address something with Crystal. Because this is where the bomb's gonna drop on some of you guys. Did y'all watch a live that Crystal did 2 weeks ago? I know she's live right now, but 2 weeks ago, Crystal um made a live where she put out some text messages that she said was between Mama Bear and Fred. Okay. Well, no, they were not between Mama Bear and Fred. How do I know? Because they were my messages to Fred. So my question to Crystal is, how did you get said messages between me and Fred? If you clearly go back and read the message, it says I'm in Mama Bear's because I was in her chat. So come on. So did Clammy Tammy, hey, act right. Did Clammy Tammy send those to you? And if so, how did she get them? Because this was whenever all the Van Hill Road stuff came out in November. I was talking to Fred, and he sent me the maps and all that stuff. Um, so and that background and the little fish, that's what because Fred was always fishing. So that's why that was the little emoji thing or whatever on our chat. So how did you obtain them, Crystal? And did Momber Jeanette, did you send those to Crystal? How did she get those, and why would you think that they were her messages with Fred? Because I did not send them to you, Crystal. And I did not send Jeanette anything that Fred did not say I could. No, these are just messages of our conversation. He was telling me some stuff about Van Hill Road. If Boober wants to listen, after if he even tries it. Oh, he did last night? Crystal. I know she's live right now. We might have to merge here in just a second because hey, ignorant. Before you lose the last 3 hairs you have on the top of your head, I would suggest you lower your fucking blood pressure and you better come back to reality because you really, really do not want me to put it all out there, do you? I mean it. Yeah, Crystal clearly says, look, let me find the little live stream. Let me find it. And y'all, I don't know what the fuck goes through people's minds. But when I tell you don't fuck with me, I mean it. Crystal has you blocked. Well, she's probably gonna have me blocked after this because this ain't gonna be pretty. Um, don't be all nice in my face and then want to take down when it blows up in your face, Crystal. I'm not gonna be the one to say I told you so, but I might. I don't know yet. I ain't got there. But it's gonna blow up in your face. You're gonna get bit in the ass just like everyone that's tried to give them a chance has. It's fine. Do what you do, but watch my shoes, girl. Watch my shoes. Okay, do not step on my motherfucking shoes. Know your role when it comes to this situation right here, because I don't get in your fucking business, so don't get in mine. Um, I agree to disagree with you on this. Just don't cross that fucking line. And Munch, if you knew what was, but you don't know left from right, much less right from wrong, much less good from bad, pretty from ugly. I mean, you don't know anything. You're just like a blank, just bleh, that just hollers and yells and cusses and just mad all the time. Well, good. Stay that way. You're gonna be real mad when your little cult over there of lonely ladies, uh, and Ro. We can't call Ro a lady. Yes, but it was just these were not. I asked Fred before if the ones that I know that night Mama Bear wanted to talk to Fred, but he didn't want to. Ziggy was doing a live that was during the whole time with the Donna Serafina and Fred and Ziggy on Donna Serafina's. That was the same night as that. Was the night that the messages that Crystal had that she thought were Mama Bear's, but they were actually mine. So crazy. Was that Patsy Cline song? Crazy. That made me crazy. Oh my goodness. So there's that part. What else? How's everybody's life going? Mine's crazy. Or crazier than ever, actually. I don't phew. I'm glad that part's over. uh so it's yeah. We're just not gonna go there. Out of respect, I try to if you're on my Facebook, I'm sure y'all have seen somebody face or something, but that part of my life is private, and out of respect for them, and respect for myself, I will not discuss that on here at all. Yes, y'all, I wanted to tell y'all, I thank you for reminding me, Paula. Paula, I have not even been able to go over there and watch um, Big Ghost talk about it. I hadn't seen Katie talk about it because I'm scared she's gonna piss me off. But yeah, Hollywood from Real Right and Uncut, one of my favorite shows, like my favorite YouTube shows, and one of my favorite people on there, Hollywood, passed away this weekend. He has been sick and in and out of the hospital. I know, I can't believe it, Paula. Yeah, but he's been in and out of the hospital. He has had trouble breathing and a lot of things going on, heart issues for a long time now. But yeah, he's gone. And have you seen anything that Katie's done? Am I going to be mad if I go over there and watch her? Because if she's going to piss me off, oh Lord, I'll be done. But I saw where they were just there. It was the thumbnail was her and Mike standing inside of their house or whatever, Hollywood's house, and the thumbnail said "Life goes on without Hollywood." I thought to myself, well, that was a little kind of not morbid, but morbid. I don't know what to say about that. Really, it's a little different. Not exactly how I would have done it, but hey, that's okay. That is okay. Um, My weekend, did it go well? Yes, 120 acres. The weekend was great, actually. It was quiet. Um, it was quiet. We'll just put it that. Um, it was very quiet. It was very eye-opening. Things change quickly, and it's all good. But yeah, I think so too. I think so too, Paula. But I don't know. I don't know. He loves KD, and KD brings him more content than anybody else. I went back because I look at his views a lot to see that. Um, yeah, 120 acres. Being quiet sometimes brings you to uh reality of what a situation is and what it's not. And I'm too old to waste my time on anything that's not easy. If it doesn't just fall into place, I don't have time to. I've got too many issues going on to think that I can fix somebody's emotionally unavailable child, um, man child. I can't. There's certain things that I don't put up with, and there's certain boundaries I've decided to set for myself. And once those things are done, and those lines are crossed, I owe it to myself to not allow it to happen again. Just like with the shit with Boober and all them people, I know my boundaries um with people, you know, and once you learn that, and you set boundaries in your life from people, it's just sometimes saying no and making yourself unavailable is huge. And no matter how it hurts, even if the person doesn't want to talk to you, or, you know, if you still care about them, whatever. I know this is all left field, but I'm just saying with my situation. No matter what happens, just set boundaries for yourself. Don't. I'm learning to not be so available for people anymore. And no matter how bad you want something, if you have to say no to protect yourself from being hurt. And yes, I can only fix me. And I've got a lot to work on when it comes to me. I'm not in any place to try to be in a relationship because I can't offer my my real self because I mean I'm still trying to find that balance of who I am. This is the first time I've been single in 11 years, and I'm excited. To I've always had that since I was 15 years old. I really feel like I've been somebody's wife or girlfriend, and I always had that partner, or something like that. And I'm trying to learn how to be not so codependent in life. And this is all brand new because I've spent most of my life being codependent. Um, and it's a realization that I just had to open my eyes and say, "Thank you, act right." It's hard. It's not hard. It's easier to, people always say it's easier to do wrong than right, and I never thought that, but I try to do right. I just get a little wrong sometimes. It's rare, but I do. Every now and then I'm wrong. But I'm not over here, and y'all don't think that I'm over here. I'm not trashing, or belittling or any of the above about Boober and his sweet lady over there. Oh, oh, ham bone pork chop. salad. Ain't no salad, big old fucking salad with extra mayonnaise or something on it. Ugh. But anyway, yeah, I guess I am kind of talking about it, man. But that pissed me off, like all this shit, Haley. And my name is Haley Munch. Say it together, everybody together now. Haley, not Haley. Haley. That's so, ugh. I just don't like anything you do anymore. Nothing. And you think you're fooling people, and people don't see that you really think people believe you. And I don't, like I said, I'm not up here saying that, you know, I'm not taking up for nobody. I'm not slandering nobody when it comes to that shit with him and Mama Bear. That's between them. They have drugged me in it. Hey, Lee, yes, Mimi Jean, just like that. All together now. Boober, loser. Now you got me acting like I'm in damn high school. Act right. Were you in here for that, though? He said, now listen to this, and I quote, this dumbass, that somebody in his chat told him, and he agrees with it 100%, that y'all sent me over there to break up him and Tammy. I said, so you mean that at my age and his age and our ages that we just sat over there and decided that we drew names out of a hat, and I drew a name. My name was the one to go over there and break up that happy union. Yes, girl. Oh, I can't. I said, I can't even with you at all. I cannot. I don't. He came from Andrew Hiltz, if that says anything. Hell, I can tolerate Andrew, but I can't tolerate that one. I can handle Andrew Hiltz over more than that. And that's, y'all. Why would it, I know, why would anybody care? Like, first of all, during that time, y'all were, or not you as much, but they were thick as thieves with Mama Bear. He couldn't say a sentence without getting her to co-sign on it. I mean, son of a bitch. But we're just gonna sit over there and play any, meeny, miny, mo, who's gonna be Boober's hoe. And I was unfortunately the one that drew the number, and we went over there. I went over there to try to break up their happy home. Well, I didn't know I was the Blanche Devereaux of YouTube. The fuck? I cannot deal with this shit. I mean, I can, but if I don't have to, I mean, shit. Y'all fucking get off me. Leave me alone. Find somebody else to them talk about. Ro ain't sent you no. I'm a Jezebel. That's right. Jesus. And I mean, just to go over there and just like, I said, I can understand. Like, that's about like telling me to three-way call somebody. Y'all remember that? Charge you 75 cents if you didn't pay for it. Oh, I know. Listen, he did the horizontal hokey pokey with Andrew's wife, then walked her down the aisle to marry Andrew. Now you tell me, y'all talk about people in Alabama. Yeah, I don't want to hear nothing. That's some fucked up shit. Thank you, Mimi. I know, and um, you know, I don't know about that whole Randy Clark situation, and Crystal's supposedly gonna dig into it, so we know how the fuck that's gonna go. Um, Crystal, I'm pissed off at you, real bad. You remember whenever they shared that picture of you whenever you got you ran your mouth at the bar and whatever happened, and Andrew and Lips made that live and showed that picture and all that stuff. Did you remember that? So you've been in that situation before. So why would you want to have um messy messages sent to you to try to slander me? I ain't done shit to you, but I can. I can start. All the shit you say about everybody's connected, this one's connected to that one, and man, it ain't that deep, Crystal. But you're working with the right ones. You said that they're, and I quote, Crystal tells him that Boober and Tammy's research is amazing. Where? Yes, I know. I know. That's right. I know. It's beats all I ever seen. But whatever Crystal, you do that, okay? You do you, boo. You do you. I don't want to hear it. I don't care. The worst thing I ever did was get into any kind of anything with those people because they're vile and they're vindictive and just bad. Like just bad aura, bad everything about them. Bad energy, just like a dark cloud. Yep, by 7 degrees. And grew up down the road from Don Wells and fucking lived across the street from Ziggy and used to play baseball with Fred. I mean, the fuck. It's crazy to me. It's crazy. But I know what's going to be crazier is if that stupid gray headed son of a bitch up there and got Hank. Pete, thanks for 1 second. You leave my child alone. You hear me? You feel me? Because I will go to prison. Just happily. So y'all find something else to look at or harass or talk about. Just find something other than me because it's not going to be as fun anymore for you as this is the last time I'm going to address this. Leave me alone. I know my name tastes good on your lips. I understand. I get it. But stop. Okay, I don't want my name being said anymore from y'all. And that includes you, Ro. You stay out of my business. You hear me? You go on get. You mean old thing. Scaring little kids and stuff. Looking like the boogeyman. Lord. You can't make this shit up. But I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who he thinks he is, but apparently he thinks he's somebody. He's a pimp in his own little mind over there. And that's fine. That's fine. But I'm just mad. I just can't believe Crystal. Like, what the fuck? What's your major malfunction, Private Pile? Honestly, Crystal, what is going on in your mind? I always know when it's not going to be good because when she sings that song she made about Earl, she ain't. You don't act right, Crystal, when you play that song every time. It is. It's just true. Now, I don't know what Dumb and Dumber have gotten in your head saying, but whatever it is, you know how to get in touch with me. So just ask me. Hell, make a post about it. Whatever you want to do. Ask me first, though, you idiot. Rose just mad because I have teeth. Yeah, I know. Well, Connie, how are you, love? She just is mean. She's mean. I mean, just mean. And I was watching Suzette and John Davis come on Suzette, y'all, and it was funny. He was getting after Roe, and y'all know he ain't got no good sense. It was funny. Um, but yeah, I'm glad. And he said that Boober's not responded to him. Well, Boober, why you hadn't responded to John Davis? You stand up to me all the time, and you stand up to everybody else. You talk about me and act right like we're just dogs. Um, when the only dog I've seen on this platform is you, old funky ass. Just no couth about yourself at all. No scruples, nothing. Just. I hope y'all don't train y'all's dogs like y'all train yourselves. I mean, do you wash your hands after you go to the restroom? But I bet you kind of like, what does Weezer say on Still Magnolias? I bet you takes the dishes out of the sink before he pees in it. About right. He has been quiet. No, he's been all over Crystal's. He's been, Crystal, him and Tammy's been cheerleading for her all day. Um, Connie, do you know if Mama Bear sent him some, or Crystal, some text messages that are between me, or a screenshot of a conversation between me and Fred? I don't remember. When she showed that, I just fast forwarded it so I didn't get all pissed off because I really don't watch it. Yeah, I know. I want me a shirt that says "I'll slap Weezer Boudreaux." Have a chicken pin parish and give their right on. It's like, what? Take a whack of Weezer. I want to be just like Weezer when I grow up. I do. And I'm almost there. I feel it every day. The more that I get, just the older I get, the more it makes sense of why Weezer acted the way that she did and hated humanity. Because I'm starting to lose all faith in humanity, guys. Me too. I could close my eyes, Connie, and I could see, it playing in my head as the words are on the screen or whatever. I have watched that movie. I used to watch it every day. It's my favorite. That, Dirty Dancing, those have to be my favorites. But Still Magnolias is my favorite movie in the world. Always. Always, always. When I was young, I wanted to be Shelby. Now I want to be Weezer. It'd be like that. Where's Suzette? Damn it! Me and Suzette was talking. Practical Magic is one of my favorites. I like it. They're supposed to be coming out with the Practical Magic 2. I hear. Titanic. I don't know. They just start hollering Rose and Jack. That's too much. Rose, Jack. But I liked Dazed and Confused is one of my favorite movies. I have a lot. I have a lot of good movies I like. Up in Smoke. Jay and Silent Bob Slash Strike Back is one. I have a weird taste in movies that I like. I like a lot of like with what's his name? Seth Rogen and all them people. I like those kind of movies. Will Ferrell. But did y'all watch the Kevin Hart's roast on Netflix? Oh my God, me and my cousin watched it last night. It was funny. Cat Williams. It went pretty far. Pleasant. I'm pleasant. I saw Drum at the Piggly Wiggly the other day and smiled to some bitch. Yes. Oh my God. I like when he was giving her piece of cake and at the wedding and or she was giving him the piece of cake and she was cutting the armadillo cake and she cuts the ass of it off and gives it to him and he said, "Thanks, Weezer. Nothing like a good piece of ass." But that sounds like Munch, y'all. Just think about it. I wonder if he asked Tammy to, or if he helps Tammy put the dishes out of the sink before he pees in it. That's how much, that's about the level he's at, y'all. And it's sad that some of these people, Grease and Grease too, yeah, and the Outsiders, looks like two pigs fattened under a blanket. I know. The mayor's wife, what was her name? Janice Van Meter. Oh my gosh. I know. I'm surprised my child didn't come out reciting that movie or if that wouldn't have been her because I watched it every day when I was pregnant. That and the movie, it's real cute. It's called Shag. It's about these girls from South Carolina that go to Myrtle Beach for um spring break, I think it is. It's really, really cute. There's another movie I like called The Other Sister with Juliette Lewis, and she plays a she's mentally, messed up. Not like crazy like me, but like slow, But she's, oh my gosh, she does a really good job, and it's a sweet, sweet, sweet movie. Two people. Y'all, if y'all don't know what Connie's talking about, it's this lady's dancing and her big old ass is shaking, and he said, "Looks like two pigs fighting under a blanket." Speaking of pigs in a blanket, did anybody watch Cher tonight? I know I did, and I know that I'm just shocked. I'm baffled about Ziggy, Ziggy. Come on, man. And if you were to come in here, I would not let nobody fucking be ugly to you at all. But I do have a question for you or for Frederico over there. Um, why on earth would you use as some of the grounds for your lawsuit against defamation and things like that? With six up, why would you say that you didn't want to be exposed, but you're riding around with your car that has a personalized tag that says YouTube Ziggy, and you got it written on the back of your car in big letters and stuff? That don't make good sense, girl. Connie, that's what I listen. Hey, this is my motto. Usually, whenever I'm ending the stream, it's y'all be nice to each other at the grocery store and everywhere. And if you ain't got nothing nice to say, come sit by me. We'll talk about it. Because I really ain't got nothing nice to say at this point. When it comes to the whole Mama Bear and Goober Face over there, I am not in the middle of that. But when it comes to Goober Face saying on Crystal's live that he was going to um, make something like somehow get in touch with my child, I'm making preparations for prison just in case he wants to go round about it. You do not want this smoke. Do you understand me, mister? So I would suggest you just like put your car in reverse and go skirt and go down another lane. Stay the fuck out of mine. That is not a problem you won't deal with. Promise you. You don't want to go there, Mr. Fuckface. Dick with ears. Angry, red-faced man. They are wrong about everything. They're wrong about every fucking thing. And then, like, I don't know if y'all watched Brooks, but I watched her till I couldn't watch her no more with Andrew and pacifying his shit and talking about, and every time somebody say something about them Tweedledee and Tweedledum, those are my friends. Well, okay, well, your friends are freaking trying to ruin people's lives, Brooke. Why are they baiting her? Because she she took Six Up to court and filed a lawsuit on her for slandering, and they are both guilty of it. I mean, come on, I can't sit here and say one's better than the other when it comes to that, because they neither one of them will stop. It's like Mama Bear and Tweedle Dickface over there. Yeah, he looks bad, Connie. He does. He really does. Like if I went back, like, Boober, you're letting this listen. If you're listening to me, if you don't listen to any other thing I ever say again, how about this? Why don't you let's see, how do I put this to you? And I know you're not gonna listen to me, and you'll probably do the opposite of what I say. But you don't have to come on camera for so people wouldn't be able to say anything about you. Like, I know I look a hot mess tonight. Like, I've been crying. I've had a lot of things going on in my personal life. So I've got puffy eyes and my hair pulled up on top of my head. And am I going to come on camera so somebody can clip this shit? Well, hell no. My mama raised me better than that. Have I done it before? Well, hell yes. um, but yes, I know 120 acres. I get it. And them to both of them, but they can't just like, yeah, but I'm on that marijuana tonight, Connie, so of course, the devil's lettuce, like old Crunch Munch over there calls it, while he's shooting his best. Hey, Dukes, what up? Dukes was over there with us. I'm sorry, but Dukes. The one thing that stood out to me about tonight, the most that shares was the whole, I don't want to be exposed, but I'm gonna have a YouTube channel and get me a band with the writing on the back of it with my name, and I'm gonna get me a personalized tag, but I don't want nobody to, put me under the spotlight or nothing. Well, hello. I'm like, what the fuck? And then the first thing you say in court is, my husband is the star witness for the Summer Wells case. Well, what the fuck's that got to do with Six Up? Absolutely nothing. Poor Fred, y'all. I'm sorry. I know some people won't agree with me whenever I say poor Fred, but I'm saying poor Fred because man, the Fred that I got to know, y'all. I really, really like Fred as a person, from what I know. I just think that he got a little information mixed up, and he's having to keep up a facade, keep up with, I mean, she has to constantly stop him from talking. She has to say it for him. It's like, let the man talk. So, I mean, sometimes as a lady, I was raised that it's best to know your place, I guess. Sit, I was taught to, sit quietly, speak when spoken to, when in a crowd with your husband, and you let him lead. And I don't see that with them, and it's like this just shows the respect part of it. And maybe it's different for, us down here as it is. I feel like as a lady. Well, he doesn't. I haven't found anything that he said to me though that is contradicting, except for Laura, um when he said that. But I don't know. Fred didn't, Laura or Fred never told me that I do too, Dukes. But neither one, Laura or Fred, neither one told me that they went. I don't remember a Dollar General stop being made, or grocery store or anything like that being said as anything that they did that day. I'll go back and look, but there's just so many messages. And there's some of them are really long. Like some of them I know are Fred, and some of them I know are Ziggy, because you can tell the wording is different when it's Fred, and the wording is different when it's her as Fred. Whereas whenever I used to try to get on my ex's Facebook and pull that fuck shit, but I used, my punctuations, and so everybody would know it was me. And but I did it. But yeah, I think that holler, Connie, I've lived in a small town, and I've lived in the South, and I lived in, where, um, now I don't know, no, now if it was a missing child or something like that, but sometimes it's easier to just not say anything at all. There's just times when you just know your place. But now when a child is missing or being abused and you can't, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to stand up for that kid. I am going to. All right. Now Crystal's posting. So, hey, see that? There you are. I was wondering where you was. Summer Wells case, Friggy discrediting Laura. Okay, yes. Crystal's, what you doing, Crystal? You got your finger up my ass? I mean, the fuck. Yo, bitch. But yes, Fred is discrediting Laura, and that makes no sense to me because he's always had Laura's back. Never once, never once ever has he said that Laura's lied about anything. Laura's never said Fred's lied about anything. So there's that. I don't know where this shit's coming from with the liabilities they got. I think that if Jody Sue or Andy would know anything, I believe that, or Fred, I believe that Fred would have never got out of jail, because y'all got to remember Fred was in jail for like what, almost 9 months or something like that. Don was in jail for a couple months. So why did they let Don Wells back out? Like, that's what I can't understand, because in my mind, Don and Candace and Grandis know. Those three right there know something, in my little opinion, on my little side of the world over here. And Crystal, you better not copyright strike me, but I'm fixing to play your video about this, about the discrepancy because this is what made me mad. I mean, we were talking about, what, I know that it was, I think you and somebody else had asked me, what changed my mind, or maybe quit talking to Fred, or, change. Nothing has changed. First of all, nothing has changed my mind on Fred Hill being guilty over anything in this case. That's never changed. It's not going to change unless that I just see something just falls out of the sky that Fred did this. Or Fred, hey Michelle, how are you, darling? Unless there's just, but I just believe that he would be in jail. He would have never got out if he murdered our Cotton Simpson. He would not be out. So I don't know. But they would. It's like personally, when it comes to Karen, I like Karen. I've had my conversations with her. I really do like Karen, and I believe I like Fred. I don't understand that dynamic. But I know my sisters piss me off, and sometimes I would help a stranger before I'd help that heifer. Especially when she's acting all wide-eyed and crazy. Lord have mercy. My question was the first place Candace and Dawn both went to. Yeah. And I think Don B made a video today, and I know, trust me, I know he's a little bit much, but I like some of the stuff he does. But some stuff is actually aggravating. But he said, that why didn't Candace tell the police about her stop at Zoomers at 5:30? Well, I don't know. Well, I've never heard that until recently that there was the stop at Zoomers. I didn't know about all that. But apparently they did. Yeah, the video Crystal did was about 36 minutes and 27 seconds long, and it was 2 days ago. I'm not 2 weeks ago, and it says, "Let's catch up with Boober." Well, the fuck? Why, Crystal? Why do you? I don't know. Y'all go learn the hard way. And I didn't listen to Act Right and Everybody when they told me this, but I wish I would have. So no, they were actually trying to get me not to come around you much, not to go head first into hanging out with you and well, not hanging out with you because I ain't never seen you in person. Hallelujah. But you know, they tried to keep me away from you, especially the second time. Catching up with Boober. Yeah, I wouldn't tell nobody, Crystal. Jesus. Now this is where Ziggy and Fred are discrediting Laura. So listen.
That they went to the grocery store or whatever, that's her account, and Fred doesn't. You don't remember that doing that.
Who is Crystal? Oh
I don't
God.
know how there would have been time for something like that. Plus 4 to 6, that wouldn't be exactly right. That couldn't be right. That
See that shit.
they wanted to.
Hey, share that shit right there. Like, you gotta go over and over, like over explain, over and just over talk. Listen how she does. And poor old Fred, he's just sitting over there like, yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right 4. Plus, they saw Andy at the gas station at 5:30. So yeah, I mean that's just 2 eyewitness accounts, and you'll have.
Yeah, how's your daughter, Cher? Is she okay? Y'all hear Fred in the background? Fred just going, mm-hmm. Listen, Fred.
Stuff is Laura. Yeah. It's Fred that has told his story over and over and over again, and Fred that was the one that recorded, and Fred that was the one that rode with law enforcement to certain places. It's going to be a lot different. Plus, Fred's memory is crazy. Like, it's really good.
Law enforcement got a copy of my phone.
Oh, Lord.
Everybody that was talking to that day, and they run every ping and stuff, every Wi-Fi that it connected into. And
I hope they did that with everybody. I mean, it's probably an enemy, right? Or it could be. Who says she doesn't know what she's doing? Just because she doesn't, she freaking claims that they made it to the junkyard and that they went to the grocery store. And this was said, I mean, how many months was that, too? I mean, how many years after? It was like 2 years after.
Well, we'll say a little prayer for her because I know that's extremely hot for where you live, dude. Extremely hot. I mean, it was hot when it was like 8 o'clock here. It was still 80 degrees. And that's like, and down here it's just, ugh. But poor baby. And Laura was, yeah, that's what y'all don't understand. Like, that's the only reason I take up for Fred's because I know what it's like to be all twacked out your mind. He was supposedly up for a whole bunch of days, then he slept, and then he was up. So God knows he could have his dates mixed up or whatever, but she's not going to let him say that, hey, I fucked up and I might not be remembering everything from minute to minute, but what do y'all expect? I'm human. Oh no. It's went so far that we have to believe that Fred, in their minds, that Fred recorded for the police and this and that. And he did not, in my opinion, record for the police. Trust me, he's not told me any different other than he did it. I've tried every which angle to ask him, Fred, are you telling me the truth? Did you? Yes, I record. Okay. All right. And I just let it go. But let's listen to the rest of this because she has not let him speak. And now I've not heard the grocery store. Cher, have you heard the grocery store? Because I have not. Has anybody heard where Laura said that they went to the grocery store?
When you hear her talking about this stuff, it wasn't like soon after. And she didn't work with police. It's not going to be that big of a thing in her mind.
That part.
It wasn't her.
Just like she thought we had
past Candace
and stuff. She told that when I asked her about it, she said that she thought they were in the green Suburban or whatever. I'm like, I don't remember Patty Smart seeing them that day at all.
Yeah, Annie, that's the thing too. When was the interviews? Was it at a time that she was mad at me and Fred and trying to, you have to take into context everything at the time.
Okay, I trust you.
But also this was years after Summer went missing when she said this, and
Where was she at, PG's?
I don't know. I've never, the person that I talked to, we do hear a little bit of Laura in the next one. And it was, but you'll hear a little bit of her story in the next one, but really I didn't talk to Laura that much.
You lying sack of horse shit. Hold up. That's a lie from the pit of hell. A lie and lie and lie. And you did talk to Laura. You talked to Laura so much that Laura was doing whatever Laura had to do to make money to send to you to put on Fred's books when Fred was in jail, is how much you talked to Laura. You took Laura to, you picked Laura up the day Fred's mother died or something, didn't she? Don't you say that. Z, don't you lie like hell. That's why everybody's mad at you. Come on, man. And little Laura, you're not going to throw her under the bus when I'm concerned, because y'all, if you know me, y'all know that I have, my heart's real big when it comes to Laura now, because I've been in Laura's position, exact almost. And Ziggy, you're wrong. You're wrong on so many ways about this. Like, first of all, inserting yourself in between these two people and taking that woman's husband, first of all, marrying him and expecting Laura to send you money to take care. What the fuck's wrong with you? And then want to slander her, call her a liar? Are you fucking shitting me, dude? That's why people are mad at you, right there. And I know some of y'all will disagree with me, and that's fine. That's fine. But y'all, I'm beginning to think that it's probably the most simple answer to the case is going to be probably what happened and we've all went down left field. And then Cher gonna get me today. Cher, I swear to God, I'll be just fine, and I'll back up off the 7 Day Adventist people and the church, and then I'll be damned if she shares like it's like Cher knows that my brain's venturing off from that, because she'll go, here's this, and then she puts out that call between her and Dawn from 3 years ago, from today, about the adoption agency. I forgot all about that because Miss Robin is a kind of like a liaison between the adoption agency and the families. So there's that. I just always wondered why the world, and I know people are, and it could, that is probably is the most simple explanation to the puzzle. Um, but Robin and David were the first people that were called. Why? Most people say that it's because, she wanted to look good and have church people up there. Well, okay. Well, if you're in a frenzy and you're worried about your child who is missing, and you think has been kidnapped, you're gonna call people, in my opinion, that would have been around your child more. People that you were in a closer relationship than her Sabbath school teacher who only saw y'all. Y'all were not at church every Sabbath. Because they're 7 Day Adventists. The reason why I'm saying, like, I'm not saying Sunday, and I'm saying this, no, I ain't lost my mind and went and changed religions on everybody and all that good stuff. I'm still back row Baptist as always. But I just don't see Candace and Robin. If you would, that's two people that are so more different than, you just don't put that. Those two people would not be. And Robin said herself when she saw Candace calling her damn phone, she didn't want to answer. Hell, I know. And I heard that Hunter was telling people, like, wasn't Hunter like turning evidence in or something? I don't know. Somebody said that. It might have been PG too. Hell, I don't know. You know how she does. I love her to death though. Man, last night, y'all, speaking of PG, I think it was her last night. Hey, baby. It was last night that she did a live, or maybe it was one of her old ones I watched. I don't know, but whichever was when, she was really getting after Pam Tate. I mean, like, really yelling and screaming at her. Like, talking about she ain't never gonna have nothing, you're gonna take her word for nothing again or have her back on anything. I'm like, what the hell now? I know Pam Pam used to call me before I went and decided I didn't want to play with Boober and them anymore. Pam was calling me at all hours of the night, like especially before I went to rehab. It would be 3 o'clock in the morning, and of course I was like, so she would call like, but it'd be real weird. Like then, like she would have to all of a sudden hang up because her boyfriend would get there. I'm like, why the hell you gotta do that for? Yeah, she does. I didn't know. I listened to PG last night, and I didn't know that she had these charges against her. I heard something about it, and then I asked her one time when she had called me. I think Pam Tate, and this is just my opinion, I think Pam has probably lived a hard life. I think that she wants to be accepted, so she does whatever she can. Yeah, and honestly, if you can go over there in Munch's chat and you are of sound mind and you can agree what goes on, then we can't be friends because that means you're co-signing Roe. Okay. I could even let all the shit that I've been through with Boober and our bullshit or whatever. Well, I could even let that slide. But what I cannot let slide is the shit that Roe has done. Yes, she does 120 acres. And like people say that I'll kiss Cher's ass. No, I don't kiss Cher's ass. I just I respect her and she's like my sister. I don't really make any decisions on here that she doesn't know I'm going to do before I do it. We agree to disagree on some things about Fred, but I've also have opened my eyes to a lot of things too, where I was starting to like be nice to Ziggy and think, be kind to her and think that me and her might see eye to eye on something. But then I'm just like, every time Fred would try to speak on a live stream or something, she would just not let him talk, and it was like a made up stuff. And then the shit with Laura just really pissed me off. Roe really does need to be in an insane asylum, Connie. I believe. Yes. And Lisa J too. Yes, 120 acres. That woman right there is nasty. Nasty. She's Dawn and Candace though, like I've never in my life seen the people who have a missing child that won't come up on a panel with anybody unless y'all don't talk about the child. Lisa J allegedly lived with Candace and Dawn, and so what's it? Oh, God, I don't even want it because it's Crystal, first of all. But somebody played a clip, because if Killer Looks wouldn't have played it or said something about it, I wouldn't even be addressing this. But who's Ricky and Jeanette, Fred? I know you're watching. So come about the bushes, Mr. Hill. Because I want to know who is Ricky and Jeanette that was supposedly in witness protection on Ben Hill Road that you supposedly talked to. I mean, shadow people? Or was it Mama Bear? Fucking Fred, what the hell? And how come, if people are so worried about this trip with Andrew, how come has anybody ever talked to the other people that were in the car, like Karen and Gordon or whoever they are, or Peaches or whatever the name of that person is? Who's at my house? Hold on one second. Okay, y'all, my cousin just got home, so I'm going to go ahead and end this. I will get back on here in the morning and finish this up. Fred, we need to talk. So if you want to, if you're allowed to, inbox me or I'm going to send you a message. If you can reply, you do that because I got some questions that just popped in my head. And I want to talk tomorrow. In the morning, I'm going to make a live. And if y'all can't be there for that, just replay it because I know I'm going to be busy tomorrow night. So I'm going to do it tomorrow. Y'all have a good night. I'm going to go talk to my cousin. And y'all just be nice to each other everywhere, like the grocery store and stuff. But if you don't have anything nice to say, come sit next to me. All right, bye, y'all.